Hello everyone and welcome back to another What You May Have Missed. Today we're here for episode 4 of season 2, Western Energy. And it's so exciting to do these again. How about you, Chaser?
Oh, hell yes. Pun intended. This episode was fantastic. I'm so excited to be back as well.
We're glad to have you back. Why don't you start off first? Letting you go first after this episode seems very fitting after all.
Oh yes, quite. Anyway, when the episode opens up, we see that Stella, Stolas, and Angelfus are having their meeting at Rich's Cup, where the poor pour for you. Very fitting for royals to go somewhere to have high tea.
Yes, very quaint. However, Stella's bleeped curse was not. If you turn on the subtitles, you can see just what she said to Stolas. Yeesh.
Yeesh, indeed. Take a look at Stolas' phone, though. The notification of a meeting at Ozzy's was in 3 days. I'm afraid he'll have to reschedule that after what happened later in the episode. But on a lighter note, look at his screensaver. That's such a precious photo of him and little Via.
That is cute. But you know what's even cuter? This tiny imp. Look at him sitting in this purse. The fans have gone nuts with these two, but people may not know that these are actually Helsonas of crew members. The imp is the imp Sona of Sky Henwood, while the other Helsona belongs to Sam Miller, who are animation and art directors of the show, respectively.
As we see Stolas trying to evade his assassination, we can see Stryker's wanted posters all over the place. Authorities would prefer him to be dead, and I couldn't agree more. How am I kidding? He's so fucking hot!
I felt so bad for Luna in this episode. Just look at her. She doesn't like going to the vet one bit, just like real hounds. I wouldn't want to go either if the vet was going to give me that needle.
Right? Yikes. Moving on. Look at Blitz's car charm for his rear view mirror! This is such a cute horse.
Fuck, do I love horses! Right. Pulling up to the hospital, we can see that there's a handicap parking spot that has an imp in a wheelchair. Also, the hospital's name is St. Anne's. Gotta love a good visual pun.
I wonder who Chuck is, cause he really needs a kidney. Don't worry though, it's totally not a scam.
Sure. Next, we see a poster that says, "Get yours today!" with a picture of a hellhound getting shots. But that ominous "or else" is very unsettling.
Blitz's spelling to the nurse is very spot on.
The S-H-O-T, the B-U-L-L shit that my daughter has to get every year that U-M-O-T-H-E-R fuckers.
Could it be possible that his text and Instapost are misspelled on purpose so people pay attention to what he's saying?
Yeah, I heard there was actually some discussion about that amongst fans. But this episode just keeps getting better and better. Stryker gets his own theme song. And it's sung by Tiny Mariachi. And they got some interesting talent in this little quartet. Julian Roboletto, who's not only done voices for Dora the Explorer and Go Diego Go, very fitting, but even other roles like Don from Regular Show and Jake Morgendorfer from the MTV series Daria.
Then there's Joel Perez, who's been big in the musical scene. He was in the national tour ensemble for In the Heights. Nice. As well as the Broadway cast of Fun Home, he also played Lincoln in the Netflix movie Tick, Tick, Boom. And to top it all off, he's also the doctor in this episode.
Man, mix in Alex, James, and Jonathan, and it's clear to see Vivzy loves the theater. Even with these last two of the Mariachi, we have Blake Roman, who was in the off-Broadway premiere production of Harmony, a new musical, and Morgan Shaban Green, who's been in a whole bunch of stuff, including understudies and Be More Chill on Broadway, and the first national tour of Hadestown as Eurydice. Hey, wait, I actually saw that tour! Yeah, check it out, I still have the playbill and everything. She did a phenomenal performance.
Yeah, but you know what's not phenomenal? The clear racism.
Look, Mommy! They let fire toads in here!
It's not polite to call them that to their face, honey. Wait until we're in the car.
Fire toads? Was that a slur against imps? This is the first time we've seen prejudice, aside from the royals, towards imps as being lower or lesser. Some may not know that on Vivzi's official hell hierarchy, imps are considered the lowest beings in hell, along with hellhounds.
Like the top of the food chain is Lucifer, and he's like the runner, he's like the king of all of it. Charlie's underneath him because she's his heir. Underneath him is the 7 deadly sins, and underneath them is the Ars Goetia, and then underneath them is the like sinning class. I feel they're not quite they're like beneath all of these, or no, the overlords are underneath them. Then underneath the overlords are the regular sinner class, and then underneath them is the some of like the succubus and the incubus and some of the other demon classes in hell. And then on pretty the low bottom is like imps and hellhounds are like kind of the bottom of this society, which is why Helluva is about the imps, because it's basically like the working class of this entire society, and they have all these other classes above them. Like even the sinning class is technically above them, and they have to work the retail jobs or like the whatever job in the sinner's world.
They're the middle to lower class.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, filthy Rathian. Damn, she a racist.
See you next Tuesday is one of the few swears that are censored in the series, and this is the second of 3 times in this episode. I can say it again if you like.
No!
Fine, jeez. I'm just gonna go back to drawing horses then. You see you next Tuesdays.
Whilst Millie and Moxie are on their way to find Stryker, they stop at a gas station to ask locals some questions and fill up the van. Moxie is seen taking care of the ruffians without breaking a sweat, especially the imp who claimed Moxie was wearing the same hat. We can clearly see he isn't. Dude needs to chill. Also, look at that drawing of Stryker. Blitz definitely drew this.
So, as of this current episode, we've seen a total of 6 different heavenly weapons or tools. The rifle and the revolver from the Harvest Moon Festival. And from this current episode, we have the Blessed Rope, the dagger/knife that he uses on Stolas, and the 2 pistols at the beginning of the episode that are different from the first one. Trust me, I checked. It does raise the question, though. Where is he getting these? How is he getting these? Did he possibly swipe them from an exterminator who came down one year? Or maybe the cherubs are actually selling them as a black market item since they can't go back to heaven. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, why don't you give this video a like and maybe subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already.
Speaking of Stryker, I was so excited to see how he's now voiced by Edward Bosco. So incredibly talented. Norman Reedus did amazingly, but it's understandable that sometimes you can't come back to projects. Ed filled the role with his own style, and it works really well. I mean, just look at his statue in his lair. Mean what?
Did you notice Stryker's phone? It's a flip phone. Everyone else has smartphones, or phones with touchscreens at least, and yet he doesn't. It's possibly this is a burner phone given his profession. Aw, look at the cute little horseshoe charm. Whoa, there goes that third. Anyway, we're back to the doctor, and look at all these posters. We have a "Don't do this," though we can't quite make out what the image is telling us not to do. A "How do you feels" poster, and "Look at your life. Who is that dog?" Somewhat inspirational, I guess. Or maybe that one's just a joke at dogs getting confused at their own reflection.
Something more heartwarming, let's talk about the instant switch in demeanor with Stolas when Stryker talks about Via.
Don't you dare breathe a word about my daughter. I swear, if you go near her, I will destroy you.
The instant anger and threat in his voice. You don't mess with someone's child. He doesn't care about himself or the things Stryker has done to him. He only cares about Via in that moment. I'm positive he'd endure anything to protect her.
Oh, I agree with you on that, Chaser. If we thought Demon Stolas was crazy in the Truth Seekers episode, Lord help us if anything happens to Via. During the fight sequence between Eminem and Stryker, we hear "What You Thinking About?", which was written by Andrew R. Butler and Silverhound, the artist behind Addict. It was first performed by Andrew, and then it switches to Lalila at 14:18 in the video. Lalila is a singer who does covers of songs from video games, Vocaloids, and a whole lot more, so it totally makes sense that they'd give her kind of a J-poppy feel to it.
That's really cool. That fight sequence was insane. And poor Stolas. At the hospital, we can see channel 666 broadcasting live as Stolas is rushed to the hospital. But the logo on their van says Infernal News Station. Could each ring have its own branch of news outlets that broadcast all over hell for 666?
Possibly. Aw, poor Luna. She's wearing the cone of shame.
I do not like the cone of shame.
But hey, at least she got a little treat. And, oh, poor Blitz getting trampled by the doctors. Could the masks the doctors wear be a correlation to real plague doctors that worked during the Middle Ages? Something to think about. Also, I know it's been discussed a lot on Twitter already since the episode came out, but oh my god, Brandon Rogers really sells the emotion in this final moment here. Chills.
Stolas got what? Ow. He can get hurt?
After all that kerfuffle, Stolas is seen lying in his hospital bed surrounded by plants. Very fitting, as they have given him comfort since he was a child. The texting between him and Blitz is very hard to read. Not that it's blurry, but just how cold Blitz is with his messaging. It seems the conversation we see is the aftermath after Ozzy's.
Yeah, it's a whole lot here, but to save everyone from having to read it, let's just go ahead and go through the messages we have here.
I'm sorry if anything I said or did may have offended you tonight.
It's whatevs.
Next time you come over, maybe we can talk about what happened at Ozzy's.
Why?
I'm sorry, never mind. It's not a big deal. I was just worried about you. You seemed very upset and you took off so fast. But maybe I read too much into that. I'm glad if that's not the case. I wasn't upset either. I just wanted to make sure you weren't, and obviously you can handle any stupid joke a clown can make. Osmodius can be very invasive in his humor, but I thought it was pretty funny myself. What he said about me, at least. I enjoy being the subject of jest. Maybe you can say mean things to me next time you come over, if you want.
Sure. And then, after the Starseekers episode...
Thanks for helping me with Via today. You were great in that human show.
No problem.
Are you coming over tonight with the book?
Like always.
If you don't feel like coming, that's okay. I'm sure I can do without it for 1 month, smiley face.
Okay.
Do you plan to visit tomorrow? I know you've been busy and working hard. Maybe if you'd prefer, we can skip the bedroom and just relax, maybe? I'm sure you need a break.
Whatever you want. It's your night.
If you're not up for it or too tired, that is perfectly fine, no pressure. I don't have anything with the grimoire until next month.
Maybe.
Maybe instead of our usual arrangement on the full moon, we could properly catch up this week? Maybe Monday?
I might be busy.
I wouldn't want to bother you. You can always drop off the book on the full moon, and I can leave it for you if you're too tired to do anything. But I would like to see you.
Okay. Get better soon.
Thank you, Blitz. That means a lot. I might be here a while if you ever want to visit.
And after all that, Blitz has to leave Stolas on red. The petals on the flower falling around him may correlate to Beauty and the Beast with the enchanted rose, possibly showing that his time is running out of finding true love. Or possibly even a signification of the old, he loves me not. But it could also be something entirely different that we don't know. But either way, it is a very impactful moment, and it is a hard-hitting end to this already crazy episode. I suppose a final little fun fact is, ever since Season 2, Episode 1, when we heard Stolas sing at the end of the episode, it's very easy to piece together the fact that they're using his song in his little sad moments, and that they've done so for a while. This was also the song that was used at the end of Ozzy's. So who knows how many times they've snuck it in before and we've just never noticed.
That was some episode, though, to say the least. The plot thickens more as we go through all the episodes. I'm stoked for what comes next.
Me too. Thank you so much, Chaser, for going through all the things we may have missed during the episode with me. We hope you all enjoyed it as well. So, can I swear more now that those assholes are gone?
Absolutely not. Now get!
Fine. Bitch.
What was that?
Later, fuckers! Oh, God. Well, we'll see you next time, folks. Bye. Hey there, everyone.
This is your radio demon.
Your favorite jester!
And the greatest imp in all of hell. It's your vocal chameleon here. Just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, there's lots of ways you can support us. If you're a fan of our memes and streams, we have lots of crazy merch, with plenty more to come. References to our various playthroughs, or just running gags for the streams. We even have little bosom buddies so we could be in your shirt pocket. So cute! We also have our Patreon. Joining at select tiers gives you access to join our Discord, exclusive downloads, and even join us on streams. Links to all of these are in the description. Fall on down. Stay a while, won't you?